A lot of people say that kitchen habits can be very overwhelming, can be very difficult to implement and to actually put into place. Well, I'm here to help you with September's Cookbook Club entry because I think a lot of what food is actually getting comfortable with things, with actually putting together the habits that you need in order to make something successful. And especially when it comes to cooking, because there is so many different things that you can put into place. In addition to, even trying to go plant-based, just the mere act of cooking itself, you have to have the right pots and the right pans and the right ingredients in your pantry and in your fridge. And I mean, there's just so much involved in it. Even to a certain extent, I remember it took me years, literally decades, to get the right knife. And once I did, once I saw what the perfect knife could do to my meal preparation, it was a game changer. It was something that, again, just made everything so much easier. And I think a lot of that comes down to, watching different things, understanding how you put different things into place, and then actually experiencing it yourself. And so what I like to do with my cookbooks and with the things that I bring into my kitchen is make sure that they're usable and make sure they're functional, make sure they actually help you do the things you want to do. And a lot of it, again, I talk about this all the time over like on my Substack and in my videos, is a lot of this comes down to mindset. You have to have the right mindset in order to put all this in place, because you can say it over and over again, right? I want to do whatever. I want to go plant-based. I want to bake bread. I want to become a better baker, right? But until you actually put the pieces together in order to, make it a habit, in order to bring it into your life, it's simply not going to happen. And one of the things that I've been talking about for a very long time is to start making my own bread, because I love bread. We are a bread family. Bread is just absolutely amazing in my household. It's something that motivates me. And again, you have to kind of go with what motivates you yourself. And for me and my family, bread is definitely where it's at. So I've kind of made the commitment. My husband actually bought me a great bread slicer a couple of months ago as kind of a hint, I guess, that he wanted fresh bread made in the house. I'm the baker. I'm the one that enjoys that the most. So he loves to cook. He does all those kinds of things. But usually when it comes to baking, he's like, why don't we get started on this? And it was, again, something that I had been talking about for a very long time. So I kind of took that as my cue that now is my time to start baking bread. And so when we went on a recent trip just for a long weekend up north of Seattle, we ended up in this cute little town that had this, this gorgeous little kitchen shop. Love kitchen shops. I could spend so much time in them, especially in, little more tourist towns like this one was. But I went in there and I found this gorgeous, look at this. It's a sourdough crock that you can actually make your starter in and let it grow. It's got the measurements on it. Again, a very tight lid, but a lid that goes on it. Again, it's just perfect. Did I need it? Obviously not. It's not something that you have to have. You can have any jar with a lid whatsoever. Doesn't matter. But this one was my motivator. This one was my motivation to start the sourdough process. And I think ultimately that's what we all need, is something that kind of holds your feet to the fire, something that gives you the motivation that you need in order to take the next step. So with that, I also started looking at starter recipes, at sourdough recipes. How was I going to incorporate this into my life? And again, this isn't something that you just automatically pick up. Sourdough takes time. It takes time to start your starter. It takes time to let it grow, let it ferment, to keep it active, right? Every single day you're going to be working with it, adding new flour, mixing it, taking stuff away. And then as you take starter away, obviously you have the opportunity to make new bread or crackers or pizza dough, whatever it is that you desire. So there's a lot of work involved in sourdough making, in the sourdough process. So with that in hand, I went on a search for sourdough cookbook. I wanted something that I could, you know, take to the couch and sit down and look at and kind of go through, that I could mark on the sides with what's working for me, maybe to, you know, add some sticky notes so I could flag different things that I found that I wanted to make, or that notes to myself that I wanted to do. So I wanted a physical hard copy book. And so I started looking around at all kinds of different cookbooks, you know, which one had what I thought to be, you know, a very good step-by-step resource, one that had great recipes that I actually wanted to cook, that I wanted to make. And the one that I came up with is this little jewel right here. This little jewel is called the Sourdough Bible. And of course, with a name like that, you would expect it to be definitely a Bible, right? With something that goes into all kinds of detail on sourdough and gives you a lot of information on how to create your starter, how to create breads and other, you know, baking products from your sourdough starter once you have that in place. All of the good things, all of the nuts and bolts that you need to actually work with sourdough. And quite honestly, I'm looking through quite a few different books. This one, the Sourdough Bible, this one, to me, had it all. I love the fact that right from the beginning, she talks about what sourdough is. One of the things she says, which again has always kind of appealed to me, is sourdough is the healthiest form of bread that we can eat due to the healthy bacteria that a starter brings to the dough and the benefits gained as a result of long proofing process. Perfect. That's exactly one of the reasons that I wanted to start putting sourdough into our weekly diet, right? It's not something that I plan on making bread every single day, but there is a lot of recipes in here that allow you to do so if you want to. So she starts with making a new starter, and I just have to show you because I think this is so cool. So she includes photographs like you would not believe, step-by-step guide. She shows you on each day what it actually looks like. So she has photographs so that you can get different ideas and kind of compare it to your own starter to see if what yours looks like also looks like hers. How cool is that? That way you know right away if it's working or not. But I think one of the other things that really captured my attention with this is the fact that she has a whole bunch of different kinds of breads. Let me just give you a quick tour here. So if she has like master recipes, round artesian loaf, baby artesian loaf, sandwich loaf, cube loaf, snug rolls, flatbread and pizza, all kinds of master recipes. And with that, what she does is she provides just a master recipe list so that you can make the master dough. And again, lots of pictures. So she shows you as you knead it, what it should look like, as it rises, what it should look like, how you punch it in, how you turn it over, all kinds of things. Again, the photos in here just totally impressed me. But I think the thing that I really liked, again, as you're going through the recipe, right up in here on top, you know that this is a master recipe, so you can work through it. Great thing, again, she even gives you a little time zones so that you can kind of adjust it yourself, like from 4 to 5, do step 1, from 6 to 7, do step 2. And that way you can even have, because sometimes I know I've been totally thrown off time-wise of it has to rise for 12 hours or something like that. She even kind of gives you that so that you know approximately when you should start things, when you should bake things and proof things and all that good stuff. Love that part of it. But then once you move past your master recipe, then she gets into right up here where she has variations of each of the master recipes to allow you to deep dive with each of those. So in this case, with this one, you can make a simple whole wheat loaf, or seeds inside and out loaf, or whole grain spelt and poppy seed loaf, beer and mixed grains loaf, rye and caraway loaf. Just all kinds of absolutely wonderful recipes that, quite honestly, I can't wait to try. So this is the cookbook that I am going to be cooking with now throughout September, throughout the fall, and I guarantee you for many, many weeks, many months, many years to come, because This one, again, with all the ones that I looked at, they were all good. They were all great. I enjoyed all of them. But this one really appealed to me as a beginner in sourdough. In fact, I think she even has it right here on the back of her cover. Great for beginners. And that's exactly where I am, right? I'm at the beginning of the sourdough process. I want to learn more about this. I want to actually put it into action. And because of that, this is the cookbook that I will be working from. Again, it's called the Sourdough Bible, my cookbook club pick of the month for the month of September. Highly recommend if you are getting into sourdough too. Done my share of looking. This one really appealed to me. Give it a shot. I actually picked this one up at my local library. I picked up a whole selection of them so I could go through them all. Instantly fell in love with this one, so jumped on to Amazon, ordered it, and it should be arriving in the next day or so here. Love this book. I'm super excited about putting this into action. And ultimately, I think that's what I have done with every single cookbook club entry that I have. They're wonderful cookbooks that have a lot of resources, a lot of content, and approach plant-based or whole food living in a very unique way. This one I know is going to be a treasure to my cookbook collection, and hopefully it will be to yours too. If you purchase this and are on your own sourdough journey, I would love to hear from you. Go ahead and comment in the comment section below. You can follow me on my Substack and let me know if you make sourdough yourself. Love to hear how it's going for you. And I'll be sharing occasionally too as well over on my Substack, just letting you know how my sourdough hopefully is going very well. So that's it for this month, and we'll see you again next month. Bye.